Hello, I'm Elgato, welcome back to the video. Today we're still one of the best things that has happened in the past week or so that you might have missed if you're not subscribed to the Reddit Minecraft community. So it is to do with the fact that obviously 1.13 just dropped 2 days ago, literally 2 days ago, and although it's weird to start talking about 1.14 already, the truth is now is the time to start maybe influencing the developers if you have the best idea to suggest. And although you can do that via Feedback Minecraft, one of the most popular forums that people do this on is either Minecraft or Minecraft suggestions on Reddit. And earlier this week we had not only one really popular suggestion for that, but we had two, and it actually comes back to an idea that I've mentioned quite a few times, because Minecraft, it's literally called Minecraft, right? But mining, as even though it's one of my favorite parts of the game, has not been updated in a very long time. All caves look exactly the same. They look like this, and yeah, you've gone through them before. You maybe see ravines, you maybe see other stuff like that, but it's all been the same for years and years and years now, and that's why I was so excited, because I've been talking about this for a really long time, that it finally seems to be spreading. A lot of YouTubers have been talking about it, and also it's the most top voted post on Reddit, or was a few days ago. So let's share some of the concepts that have been made by Save the Phytoplankton that people agree with so much that they again took it to the very top. It was the most upvoted thing all week, even in a time where the aquatic update's coming out. This managed to reach the front page. So with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start with the very first example, because you might be saying, like, why do we need a cave update? Like, caves already have plenty of stuff in them. Well, what if caves, instead of looking how they do right now, this is just a regular cave, but with a couple of subtle changes, boom, look how much better it looks. There's a little bit of magma in there to make it look a bit more natural. The lava, kind of thing divide, a little bit nice right there. Also, you can see how there's some stalactites and some stalagmites, really, like fascinating. Just a little bit to make the cave feel more cavey, right? Make it so you have to actually walk around a bit more. And just, again, it's literally the same caves you're used to now, but it looks 10% better, 20% better, and that can be just the new default cave. Obviously, you don't even have to do every one of these things, but just having small extra details can make every cave feel a bit better. What if this was only half of caves? Or what if stalactites only spawn sometimes? Adding that variety makes every cave feel more different, which is important when every cave feels the same. Speaking of making every cave feel different, there's a lot of different suggestions for different biomes, such as this one, which would spawn below the ocean, swamps, jungle, and then occasionally under regular biomes. It's called the wet cave, and you can see how it looks a little bit like the jungle caves we have right now, except it's a lot bigger. It has the vines coming from the ceiling, regardless of which biome it's in. We've got the kind of greeny blocks around here, and also, which makes it, again, just have that unique kind of vibe to it, because you can get different blocks or whatever there. And then also, we got the stalactites thrown in there again. I think one of the things I will say about this is this guy loves his stalactites, as you'll see from the dry caves, which is a desert type of cave. As you can see, the big defining feature here is also the stalagmites and the stalactites, which is entirely fine. Like, this makes the desert cave a more exciting place, because you find more husks huddled around this thing, and you don't even need to have more treasure for this. This makes the desert already more explorable, because you want to get the sandstone. Like, having more sandstone in lower layers of the ground below the deserts, that's a good thing. People love sandstone, but it's hard to get your hands on all the time. Having caves made out of it is going to be, it's a cool thing, like, where you're specifically looking for these, either by digging underneath the deserts, or, like he says, you can find them anywhere else. So I love that. One of the things he suggests about these is that they could have lava spawn more commonly, have husks spawn more commonly, and then obviously have more sandstone found around there. So with that said, let's move on to the next one, which is the ice caves. So the ice caves could spawn below cold biomes. You can see the vague idea here, like every biome could have its own type of cave, because right now all caves are the same regardless of biome. The overground has changed a bunch, but the underground haven't. So what if we had an ice cave? And this ice cave, again, you can really see the stalactite stalagmite love here. Even places where they don't make sense, but this is one of the places they should add them. Make some form of stalagmites and stalactites just to make these biomes a little bit more exciting, and also, of course, you could have strays in there, and if you make this an underground biome, which isn't necessarily tied to the surface, it means that strays are a genuine concern down there. They can really mess you up, and given that I rarely run across strays in my day-to-day life, I think I ran across the first one, like, in the last 3 months in yesterday's stream, and it's like, it would be kind of wonderful if we had a real place underground where you could really find them. So I love this one personally, and I feel like you can get the vague opinion that, like, this is the spider caves. This could be a rare chance in any biome. Just boom, spider spawner, bunch of spiders, cave spiders, legit way to find them, cobwebs around the place. And although this one seems a little bit more redundant, the one I really loved, and for obvious reasons, is the crystal cave. So his suggestion is to make this extremely rare and small cave that can spawn in any type of biome with just add some crystal blocks. So obviously you can pick any block you want to have, but, like, and also you can see how, like, they're crystal stalagmites. But you can see how, like, just adding a little bit of new environmental terrain, adding a new ore, and adding, like, a cave for it would make people love to find the caves. They'd be searching caves, trying to find the transitions, because finding one of these would give you some major benefit in the game, or maybe even if it's just like a rare new material, people would want to find it, and it would give people a reason to explore these caves, in another reason at least, because you can see this place is surrounded by diamonds, by the way. It's worth mentioning, it's going to have way more ores than normal, so an extra reason. But, like, you know, right now, you find enough diamonds to make a full set of armor, and then enough to make a few sets of tools, then you're kind of done with mining forever. However, having a system like this, of course, then you'd have to be like, okay, instead of going out and doing the boring branch mining, I'm going to find one of these, and I'll be set for diamonds for life. In this one picture alone, you can see how there's like, what, like 7 diamonds on screen, plus a whole bunch more in the veins. It's amazing. So, yeah, that's, he has phrased one more idea at the end here, which is end caves, and this was the idea that got 4,300, and it's increasing as of speaking, upvotes. This was one of the most popular suggestions, and again, I feel like, given that Minecraft was meant to be like half about mining, half about crafting. I know that's way oversimplifying what Minecraft actually is, but to me that's what I pictured when I downloaded the game, and I spent a long time mining and not really, you know, playing much for the crafting, and I loved when I first found a spider spawner. It spooked me out. I loved when I first found diamonds. It was this crazy rare thing. I was amazed when I found my first ravine underground, and all these sorts of amazing firsts. We need to have more of those firsts to make the underground a more valuable part of the game, and that's why also I said it wasn't just one post that made the front page this week, because he followed up, the same guy, Save the Phytoplankton, came up with another post, and he's like, here's some more ideas, because those first ones were great, but they had the same, you know, they all relied on the same, like, stalagmites, stalactites, have biome-based stuff, but here's another fun one where he's like, okay, here's just some fun ones for any biome to make the whole thing more explorable. So, Mushroom Cave, for instance, can spawn in any biome, and every single cave underneath the mushroom biome could have one of these. That way, if you're underground and you mine into these, you know that you've got a very good chance being under a mushroom biome, or in fact, make it exclusively there, so that your underground can signal your overground with 100% certainty, because mushroom biomes are so rare. If you mine into one by accident, you want to know you're in one, so this is a great way to let you know about that. Maybe find some mushrooms or something in there. Obviously, there'd be no mobs, and you could also have some extra resources. He suggests stone mycelium as a new block, which you'll see down there at the bottom, and like, it's stone but covered in mycelium. Like, fun ideas that you could use in these caves and give people a real reason to go into them. Also, slime caves is another fun one. I love this one a lot. The stalagmite thing's still there. But again, having a cave dedicated to slimes, where slimes spawn specifically, where you have different water, where you have all these different things, give it a little reason. Also, dripping slime could be found from these stalactites, so there's like a real reason for them. And then he had a few more ideas here, such as bioluminescent caves with a new glow-in-the-dark ore. Would love to see a glow-in-the-dark block that's just luminescent. So the difference between luminescence and like light levels is this doesn't actually, you know, stop mobs from spawning. You can see how it's really bright, but still there's no light in the cave. I think we need to have more of these blocks that are just really visible in the dark, but still make it so mobs can spawn, and having the bioluminescent cave, really fun idea. It's called glowworm storm that he's suggesting, and glowworms could spawn with it. Also, improved Nether, have the Nether have large stalactites and stalagmites, even in the lava ocean. Again, I feel like if we're going to have all of these caves, we don't need to have them all have stalagmites and stalactites, but still, you can see how that makes the Nether just feel a little bit more alive, having those vines, the hanging roots, hang off the edges a little bit better. And then also, this is one we absolutely need, beyond doubt, is having caves in the Nether. We do not have a single type of Nether cave right now with any real benefit to it. We have accidental caves that might spawn with some more Nether quartz, but even then, you still probably don't want to use them. Having caves which deliberately spawn with a bunch of Nether quartz, I would say this is still underdoing it. Have the whole cave be made out of Nether quartz, have these rare places, so you want to mine through the caves in the Nether. We need to make more of Minecraft accessible and explorable. When they made the Overworld Explorer, you know, more biomes, and when they added, you know, new things to that, it made the Overworld amazing. When they updated the oceans, now the oceans are worth exploring. They're not just a thing you put a boat on and try to get across as fast as possible. We need to do the same, and all of these caves right here. My favorite ones are probably the Crystal Cave, because it just looks extra cool, right? I love the Crystal Cave, I love the Slime Caves, I love the Bioluminescent Caves, but we need a cave up update. We need to make the underground part of the world, and we need to make certain parts of the Nether, like pretty much anything that's not in the open. We need to make all of these places have more value, because having something in a game that doesn't have any reason to explore is like having nothing in the game. You know, underground, after a certain point in the game, might as well not exist. I love mining, but in my Let's Play world, it's been so long since I've done anything below ground that isn't just like a new building project, because I know if I mine in a straight line, I'll find a ravine, maybe a ravine with some lava in it, maybe an abandoned mine shaft if I'm really lucky, and, you know, sometimes you'll find mob spawners, and then also there's like diamonds found rarely. You'll find caves, but there's no value to them, but having caves all with their own themes, with their different values, their different blocks, that is something we need. And because of the fact that you can spin this cave update into being pretty much, you know, about anything else, like, okay, 1.14 cave update, now you can use the new ore that you find exclusively in this cave to make a new type of weapon which, you know, deals with a new boss. Or what, you know, you can link it into anything you want, because the underground, the mining part of Minecraft, is a serious part of Minecraft, and because of that you can link this cave update into whatever update's coming. So even if the next update is the desert update, please update the cave strip. This is my appeal to you, and that's why I'm saying collectively we need to all get it going. Hashtag make Minecraft 1.14 the cave up. That's a terrible hashtag. But like, every single time someone says, what should the next update be? The answer is the cave update. There is no other answers. If someone says, what is the next update going to be? It is the cave update. If we all believe together, this is how this works, trust me. If we all just believe together, if we all just keep saying it, 1.14 will be the cave update, and that's why I'm saying 1.14. Hyphenated cave update, coming probably in 2018 sometime. So with that said, we are going to learn about what the next update is at Minecon. I really hope they make some changes to the caves. The most ambitious stream would be all the ones from today, but we'll of course have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm excited personally. I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. Maybe you like boring caves. Maybe boring caves are your thing. It's not, you're wrong if that's your case, but no, let me know what you actually think in the comments down below. I'll be giving it a read or whatever. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.